interview you on a bigger stage of 3,000 people. I think very interesting, exciting story. But today is limited time, and I'm just going to have a teaser for you, while probably I will reserve when you get your $1 million trophy next year.
Sure, definitely.
Okay? Ken.
But I have a question.
Yes, please.
Why 3,000 and not 11,000 or 12,000?
Oh, because the convention arena can only see 3,000. The rest will be live beam. Okay, good. Richard, just give us a brief introduction of yourself.
Okay, hi. Morning, everyone. I'm Richard. Okay, I just crossed over from ERA just in March period. So I'm glad to be part of the big family here, and I look forward to continue learning from every one of you here.
Okay, that's been humble. Let me introduce about Richard. I think you should get to know him. Born in 1981, 14'4". Weight is 67 kg.
Oh, I wish.
No, not really. So I anyhow say.
Good. Maintain that way.
Okay, fine. But I think what's impressive here is this. He was in the real estate business for now coming to almost, I would say, a good 10 years.
Yeah.
Slightly more than 10 years.
Yeah.
But you were in the previous company in ERA for the last 7 years.
Yes.
And then you crossed over just in the month of March. And your best performing year was which year in the real estate business?
Last year.
How much you did?
Close to 1.3.
1.3 million. Give him a round of applause. First year when you entered the industry in 2015, when you were in the previous company, what was your income or transaction there about?
Close to 800K. Yeah.
Consistent. 800 to 1.3 million. Okay. Then the key thing here is this. What's your background then? What drives you? What were you doing before you came into real estate? What were you doing?
Okay, so before I joined the real estate, I have my own business, which failed. All right. So even before that, I was a military man. Yeah. I was with the armed forces. Good 12 years.
12 years.
12 years.
Yeah. So I was in the armed forces as a regular, right? You say
yes,
years?
as a regular.
I was a regular, for those of you who know, for 13 years. But I think I continued to contribute another 20 years as a national serviceman. What were you doing? In which arm were you?
I was with the commandos. Yeah. I was. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we just keep it that way.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
He just wanted to be so humble.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, he was the sort of honor of an OCS cohort. It's only one of them can get. And that's definitely an outstanding performance. Okay. I just want to ask, what drives you to always be the best?
Well, I think it's purely character. Purely character. Since my school days, everything that I want to do, I make sure that I will do at my best. That is always a mental that I drive myself towards. Many people would say that, why do you want to push so hard? But I think after pushing so hard, you arrive, is the personal gratification you get for yourself. That no one can actually take that away from you. And therefore, that's the main reason why I've always been pursuing. It can be a stressful life, but then end of the day, when you arrive, you give yourself a pat, you are relieved, and you carry on pushing yourself non-stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your sharing. Because I had a little conversation just yesterday with Richard, and Richard told me his little background. He was in the army for 12 years, and very well resonated with me because I also have a military background. From the OCS, you went to commando, and you went beyond to. You can say after commando when you go, right? It's not sensitive, right?
Oh no, it's not.
Yeah, so it's not sensitive. He was in SOF, Special Operation Force. Okay, he desire to enter into his own business, and eventually to real estate business. All the while, I thought he did everything right. But only then he discovered, after some time, to be the best, you must be in the best environment. Thank you so much for the confidence. And I'm going to ask you a question. What prompted you when you are on your peak, almost your peak, you performed the very best in your last 5-7 years. Last year was 1.3 million. It takes huge amount of guts and courage. And you are a leader there also. Were you a leader? You had a team under you?
Yes, I have a team with me.
You had a team, and individually your performance was 1.3 million. And for you to decide to cross over, what prompted you there?
It's never an easy decision to bring your division over. And I can say confidently that I did well in the previous company. Like I shared earlier, it's in my DNA to continue to seek excellence and to betterment myself. So over and above with myself, I hope to allow my teammates to reach another level. So with that, I'll be very honest with you, boss.
Yes.
I have never took a chance to look into PropNex.
I appreciate
when I was with the previous company.
Because sometimes you all are brainwashed. No, sorry. I'm just saying that.
Washed inside out.
Not truly.
Okay.
No, I mean, I take back.
Not literally,
not
literally.
Yeah. What am I trying to say here is this. It's very normal.
Yeah.
When you're in a particular family environment, you're comfortable. And you're happy with it and you're performing. And therefore, there's no reason for you to look across elsewhere.
Yeah, I was very comfortable. And I refused to open my doors to even understand what's PropNex. Then one day, one of the management staff even say, well, we should look out to understand what's outside for you. And I did that. And it was all because I am curious, how did PropNex do so well? How did they attract people into the agency? And how did a particular group attract people? So that is one thing that I wish to understand. So that curiosity got me to change my color.
Okay, good. Give him a round of
as simple
applause.
as that.
Yeah, give him a round of applause. Because I honestly think when people are at your peak, you're so comfortable, you may not want to make a move. Therefore, I truly believe you when you say it is in your DNA that you want to do better than what you're doing. And I would also assume more of it is because of your people.
Yes, the gravity of the things, the whole matter is for my people, because I am very comfortable. I'm very comfortable with my previous company. But what sets apart is you can see with property, we talk about sales and volume. For me, my team, I look at happiness index, where you can actually literally feel that my guys are below par, below the average line. So I think as a leader, we need to be sensitive. We take a step out to understand what's in it for them. And we have a common consensus whether do you want to move or you remain. If you remain,
you individually can benefit or you individually can be comfortable. But when you look at your team members, you felt this is the right decision.
Yes, I felt so. And in fact, the moment they crossed over, I literally can feel their happiness, and they are very focused on sales, and that's the key thing for them. At the end of the day, they bring the money back home, and that's for their family and themselves.
Appreciate that so far in a very short period, Richard has brought in together with his downline. Right now, he has about 22 people with him, and that's something. When a leader moves, people come with you because they trust you, and that's very, very important for us to make sure that each and everyone succeed.
Yes, correct.
Okay, now quickly looking at your business, and I look at it that you have done well. You have done, in fact, the 28 Swiss View. That is a landed property.
That's a landed property.
And a Summer Place is a rental. It's also a landed property.
Yes, correct.
Mayor Road, the Makina
yes.
is a resale property.
It's a resale property.
Okay, so give us a little bit color. What is happening to the landed property market right now?
Boss, you mentioned it. The price have grown exponentially.
Yeah.
And most owners would definitely want to sell above the market value. So what I do is always to calibrate expectations of both buyers and sellers. As long as we are able to manage well the expectations of the sellers, we kept, everyone wants high.
Yeah.
So we just kept it.
But it has to be a fair price.
We
want to get the best price
Correct.
for the seller,
Correct.
and yet it cannot be beyond market's willingness to pay.
But
Yeah.
yet on the other side, we need to tell buyers that the current market situation is like that.
Yeah.
All of us need to calibrate our expectations a little bit.
Okay. How long did you take to sell the landed property?
Oh, in fact, I was representing the owner, which I sold their Makina unit.
Oh, okay.
So what I did was I brought him around different areas, District 15, District 9, District 10, and I end up landing up in the District 10 Swiss Avenue. So what I did was brought him to have a look in that area. He told me that he loved that area. So what I did was, next thing is I went to door knock. So I went to door knock the whole area, the cluster within Swiss Avenue. So fortunately enough, I managed to get one seller. So we had
And the seller was, so you were representing the seller directly? I mean, there's no other agent involved?
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
How many millionaires do door knock? Is that one of your routine? Do you do door knock as a ritual?
I still do, to be honest, and I advocate that to my guys to do that because I feel that that's the most effective way to get leads. Yes, it's very, for ladies, probably your makeup will smudge and all that, and guys, your hair will messed up and all that. But I still personally feel that it's one of the most effective way to get your leads, and the best part is you get to interact with them face to face. Yeah. So just because because of my background, so nothing beats me up. So if you don't mind, in Hokkien, 頭毛亂 or face.
We are used to putting all the camouflage all over the place.
Yeah,
black and green. Sweat lah.
Yeah. So we just have to do what we need to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you still do a fair amount of door knocking, even in this particular case, your client wanted a specific place, you don't mind just go and do that.
Yeah.
And how do you generally get clients? I mean, even for last year, if you look at it at $1.3 million, your transactions, where did your clientele base come from?
I serve my business model, most of them are overseas clients.
Okay.
Mainly the Chinese clients.
Okay.
While the local ones are more of a referral business.
Okay.
Yeah. But on top of that, I still do is myself social media marketings and all.
Okay.
To get more leads and yeah.
All right. And in terms of looking at the balance 7 months, how do you see this year going to be for you, and where will your focus be? Any specific segment?
I don't have a specific segment. Basically, I would want to maintain my core Chinese route, my core business model, and on top of it, to build up the team.
Okay.
To build up the numbers for my team.
Okay.
So that
what are some of the training you have benefited in a very short period of time that you crossed over to PropNex? I mean, have you seen a difference in culture or what? Because you have been in the system for so long, and you have been here with us for barely slightly over a month. Did you felt any difference?
Definitely. My number of years with the previous company, and the moment I crossed over to PropNex and I attended the leaders conference by yourself and Kelvin Fong. So that was a mind-boggling event for myself, because all of the previous years with the previous company, I never had it before. And within one event, where Kelvin Fong and yourself addressed all leaders within the conference room, everyone aligned to fight in one unit.
Yeah.
I think that is very powerful. I think that is very, very good.
Yeah.
And it somehow resonates with how I want it to be.
Okay. Yeah. No, truly appreciate it. And for the rest of you are here, one of our key focus here is, if you are not united and strong, we will have a problem.
Yep.
The problem will come from every one of them out there want to disrupt the industry. So our position here is this: how we can add value in the process to our customers, our salespeople, and as well as ourselves and our loved ones.
Yep.
Okay, so much so, Richard. Would you like to say anything else that you want to highlight as a piece of advice to all the listeners out there, or to your customers, or even for that matter, you want to thank any of your loved ones? Yeah,
so thank you for the opportunity to be here. For those who are in PropNex and everyone here, I really sincerely hope to learn from all of you in a way or two. And for those who are not in PropNex, who are probably on live right now, all I seek is for you to be curious, just like me, curious to find out what's available on the other end, and don't live in the false comfort.
Yeah.
Be very curious, and then judge yourself, evaluate yourself, and
make the right decision.
yes,
Whatever
correct,
it is. Yeah.
correct,
Yeah.
correct. And of course, love to thank my team for giving me the trust, the strong trust that they have on me to cross over. It wasn't an easy decision.
Yeah.
It was tough for every single one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for the trust. Last one, I'm going to ask you. Not heard about the backbone, the pillar. What's your wife doing? How does she help you in the business, or she look after family?
She looks after the family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a huge support because you have the peace of mind to go out there and do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much once again.
so much.
All the very best,
Appreciate it.
Richard. Give him a round of applause for his outstanding performance.
Thank you.